Okay, so this one is on 6 and 7. By the way, uh, because my wife is not here and I could do freely New Year before I go to sleep, I was having 2 or 3 experiences per night. I mean, not the one I'm saying 2 or 3 in one, but I had in one night actually 3 and then 4. So like a two separate experience mixture, something. So it was really so this one's happening on 7th of August. So that was actually the next day. This was a strange mixture of 4 short experiences in one. First, I found myself going to a supermarket, which was the huge type. I here wrote mega market, but I don't know what you call it in America. Some huge supermarket or whatever it's called. I was looking for some food but could not find it. Since my dissatisfaction, I decided to go to nearby coffee shop and eat some dessert like tiramisu, one of my favorite. It was full and brightly lit, but I ended up not eating anything. This was my second experience. It's kind of transition because I wasn't satisfied with finding the food in this big supermarket. I just went to a coffee shop. It was another scene, and it's kind of smoothly transitioned. Then I found myself in a flat of a young boy, which I had to teach or take care. I don't recall what exactly I had to do, but it was I was like au pair. Also, I had to take care of him. There was some issue with some electrical appliances. His charger or headphones didn't work, so I left. Kind of, it was very short. I mean, the boy showed me something, but it didn't work. I was waiting a little bit and I left. That was the third scene. Then the fourth experience started again in the super mega supermarket. This time the food containers were looking giant, like 2 3 meters glass jars or barrels with olive oil, for example, or any other industrial sized containers with food. It was glass containers. You can see the food. I just paid attention to the olive oil. I even wasn't sure if it was olive oil, but it was some kind of oil, and the other food containers. Then I found a door to a room where I was hoping to find some normal size containers with food. To my surprise, when I opened the door, I discovered it was a lecture room which was going downward from the door, on my point of view. In the brightly lit space, there were few people awaiting for the lecturer to appear or the speaker to appear. I closed the door and went out of the supermarket slash woke up. So this was my experience, mixture of experiences on 6th and 7th of August.
What I kind of see is that in the supermarket, especially in the produce or whatever, they contain natural foods or whatever, but all of a sudden you couldn't find anything, and then that's kind of funny, isn't it? Here's a big supermarket, and you can't find anything you like, so you go to a coffee shop and you have whatever you have. You see, so again, I would say that pertains to your diet. See what I'm saying? Because again, you end up in the supermarket, but from what you're saying, the produce or something is a lot bigger. Was that right?
Yes, the second time, the last fourth experience, the food was giant sizes suddenly. Yes, but I
Hmm.
recall it was the same place, so I was given the impression that I went to the same place. So the first
Yeah.
time I was in there unsatisfied, I went to the coffee, but I didn't eat anything. Maybe because it was unhealthy. I mean, the tiramisu I really love, but I normally used to do my own at home. But normally on coffee, I was just unsatisfied. Went to a coffee. It was bright lit. There were many people and table, but I just left. And then suddenly there was this scene which I really don't know what to make of it with the boy I was supposed to teach. Actually, something happened in real life. Maybe the real whoever gave me this experience, the real guide, wanted to warn me about I lost a student just the next day. I received the bad news that they don't want to continue with me. Maybe that was it, or I don't know. I had to take care of him, but something was wrong with his equipment. From the experience, it wasn't my fault. In this passing dream, unfortunately, I might have been a bit more harsh to him in the last lesson, and maybe that's why they left. And after that, I ended up in the same space in the supermarket, but now suddenly the food was giant. And instead of finding food, I just found a door. When I opened it, it was that. It was kind of a lecture room in a supermarket.
Yeah, well, you notice that the second time you went in the market, okay, so the first time, um, I'm imagining from your experience that the market is just like a market at first. Just like we look at the world and we consider whatever we do it to be. And so if there's something that interests us, we go for it. If not, we just let it be. So the second time you go in the market, now all of a sudden some of the food or produce or whatever is a lot bigger. So is that a hint to pay attention? So in other words, was it shown to you that, hey, there is something here, so it's made a lot bigger, so to see if it grabs your attention, you see?
Yes, I definitely recognize the oil jar. It was kind of something to do, maybe. Yeah, I because you just mentioned just a while ago, because when I started explaining about my diet, and I recently noticed that I don't consume any oil. I don't cook with oil because it's bad for me. I know that cooked oil is already dangerous, but I don't consume even a raw one, and maybe I have to add it to my diet. Yeah, just not to have constipation and things. My diet is mainly of raw fruit and vegetables, but I eat a lot of carb, like bread and things, and I maybe have to reduce that.
Yeah, and the oils, just find yourself, search a little, get yourself a really good virgin olive oil or coconut oil, those oils as opposed to the seed oils. Yeah, forget those. But I utilize those all the time, and even castor oil. I utilize that. So, but every person's different, and so again, that's what I see is that they want you to kind of pay attention to, uh, what's going on, so they make everything a lot bigger. That's all. And you have the experience, and this is where you intuitively start to look at it, and again, look at all the lifetimes we've spent getting here. So there's no rush. Just take your time to figure it out, and things start little by little falling into place. Yeah, yeah.